Hi, everyone, and welcome to the AwardsWatch Emmy Nomination Reaction Podcast. Is that what this is? I think so. Tyler is joining me again. Hello, Tyler.
Hey, Eric. Excited about the nominations, a little stressed.
There is, as always, so much good and so much what the fuck just happened. So let's kind of get right into it. And let's start with the good stuff before we get into the what in the world is going on here moments and things that happened. A lot of history, which comes with it, when something hasn't happened for 73 years, you celebrate it. And then you also have to be really annoyed and frustrated that it hasn't happened before. A few things would be Bowen Yang's nomination for Saturday Night Live, which is double history. He's the first featured actor to get an Emmy nomination. It's always gone to the supporting players that are not feature players, but not ready for primetime players. But he's also the first Chinese American actor, male actor, to be nominated for an Emmy for acting, period. Ever. 73 years.
Wow.
Here we are. So we can celebrate that.
I'm excited for Bowen Yang, but a little annoyed at the Emmy history there.
It is. I mean, the same thing happened when Viola Davis won lead actress in a drama series a few years ago. She was the first. That was 2015, the first. And it's, again, you have to celebrate and condemn almost in the same breath that it's taken so long. The lead actor in a drama series category is pretty spectacular. I regret the last minute changes that each of us made. But we have 4 Black actors nominated for the first time ever. Granted, it's in a more nomination slots than there used to be, but a fantastic first. What other things did you really kind of love and were excited about for the nominations?
I was very excited to see everyone from Ted Lasso getting a lot of nominations. I kind of expected that. I really thought at least it would get 3 in the supporting actor for comedy. I'm excited that it got 4. I'm excited that Jeremy Swift also got in there. I'm thrilled that Juno Temple made it into supporting actress for Ted Lasso. I'm also really excited for The Crown, actually. I love this past season of The Crown, so I'm really excited to see it coming out with 24 nominations, leading the pack, tied with The Mandalorian.
Yeah, which also got tons of acting nominations, except for Pedro Pascal.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad I swapped that out at the last minute.
Yeah, and I know we were kind of thinking maybe he might get in it because of the whole reveal, but at least Mark Hamill didn't get in. So
I knew you'd be excited about that.
I'm glad that Carl Weathers did. I thought that was pretty cool. I like that. He's an actor that's been working for like 50 years, 60 years, and hasn't really ever gotten awards type of recognition. So this is pretty cool. I'm really happy for that. I was happy and maybe a teeny bit surprised at how well Hacks did. 15 nominations.
That's surprising. I was thrilled for it. I was surprised about the supporting actor nomination that they got.
That was quite, yeah, that was a big surprise. Even though I had read some like rumblings that weren't, that this is going to happen, but like, hey, this could happen. This might be a thing, and it was, and good for him. Yeah, that was really cool. I loved A.D. Bryant's lead actress nomination for Shrill.
That was a surprising one.
It was surprising, and being that that's the last season of that show, and presumably also her last season at SNL, it was nice to get both of those for her. I thought that was pretty cool.
I was also about MJ Rodriguez's nomination, first transgender actor to be in the leading acting categories at the Emmys.
Yes, I am so glad I stuck with that prediction. And Pose did better in this final season than it has in its previous 2 seasons. It got the 2 acting, as well as writing and directing for the finale, all for Stephen Cannell. So yay for him! And I'm really happy for Pose to be able to pull that off like that. And I'll be really curious to see how that lead actor in a drama shakes out. We had that really long run of, the only way you could win that category was your first season or your last season. So we have some possibilities that could shake that up, I think, this time around.
Absolutely.
What else? Oh my God. There is a lot of good. There really is good. I'm glad Pen 15 got into comedy series and it got the writing nomination. But we'll talk a little bit later about the things that weren't so good for that show, unfortunately. I actually really liked the Cobra Kai nomination for comedy series.
I was surprised by that one.
It was pretty cool. I know some people were predicting it, but it was hard to make that prediction and think where else is it going to get in? It's not going to get in writing or directing. It'll get stunt coordination or something, but where else is it going to get in? William Zabka, Ralph Macchio, maybe, but that did not turn out. So it was sort of like the Emily in Paris nomination in the same category, which again, we'll get to that a little bit later. But the ability to get a series nomination with very little, next to nothing else is a little surprising, a little bit.
I'm also really excited for the WandaVision cast.
Yeah, 23 nominations. It's really interesting because I think a lot of people were looking at, the limited series categories, and they have fewer nominations than the drama and comedy series categories. So a lot of the fourth and fifth or fifth and sixth spots were like, is it going to be WandaVision or is it going to be Small Axe? And we know how that shook out pretty clearly now. What's really weirdly ironic, though, is that WandaVision got all those 23 nominations and missed cinematography. Small Axe got only cinematography. That's it. Nothing else. No Letitia Wright, no series, no directing, no writing, no John Boyega. That was surprising to me.
Yeah, I would say that was one of the biggest surprises to me when I first looked at the list this afternoon. Is looking through and finding out that there was pretty much no Small Axe in any major nominations at all.
Yeah, just cinematography. That's it. That was really something. Supporting actress in a drama series kind of played out almost exactly as we thought that it would, crammed full of The Crown and The Handmaid's Tale. But then Anjanou Ellis got in over Wunmi Mosaku.
I'm fine with that. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all, but I was very shocked by that. And I was kind of wondering, it almost makes me wonder if they both almost got in.
I have to think that had to be the case because Lovecraft did so well. But we use the same logic in picking her, that she just had a bigger arc and a more forward arc than Ellis did. Ellis definitely did in those few episodes, and it obviously made an impact. And she is a previous nominee from just a few years ago, for When They See Us, which did get a lot of surprising nominations. So she wasn't an unknown by any stretch of the imagination there. So that was, but still, it was curious. It was curious. There was a few of those where the co-star got in over the more heavily predicted person.
I thought it was interesting that Moses Ingram and Thomas Brody Sangster got in over Marielle Heller and Bill Camp.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, is that one. That's the one that I think surprised everyone the most. And I don't begrudge it, but it's still pretty surprising.
Yeah,
And
it's
if
not something that makes me angry at all. Just
yeah, yeah. No, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I was glad that I got all of the television movie nominations right. That was pretty easy.
I
That one, yeah, it's pretty
I
easy.
want that last minute salt and pepper.
I saw that and I was just like, all right, you go for it.
I was just thinking maybe.
Yeah. And as we're talking about shows like The Crown and The Handmaid's Tale getting so many nominations, because I mean, each of those shows pretty much got everybody from the cast, except for maybe like one person each, got in. And then we also had that with Hamilton in the limited series acting categories. And I think most of us were unsure of how exactly it was going to play out.
Mhm.
If the Golden Globes were kind of okay, a little bit soft on it. SAG was interesting with Daveed Diggs getting in. So it was kind of tough to call exactly how that was going to play out. And I definitely woefully under predicted it because it got 7 acting nominations.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, it absolutely dominated. It dominated.
It surely overperformed as to what I was thinking it was going to do. I was thinking maybe there was a couple spoilers here and there that could break through if and when, but I didn't think that they would get that many acting nominations. I didn't think it would dominate those categories like it did.
Yeah, and since it got either 2 or 3 in every acting category except for lead actress, I wonder if they had submitted Philippa Sue or Renee Elise Goldsberry in lead, that they would have gotten in. I have to feel like they would have, and turned that category into something even more wild than it was.
That would
I'll bet they would have. I'll bet they would have gotten all 4 categories.
they
Somebody
probably
came.
would have, and that would have turned the nominations into pure chaos.
Yeah, they're kind of chaotic as it is, but um, I think I'm looking and thinking about what I felt like the biggest surprises were, and I do think that Lovecraft Country's 18 nominations is definitely one of the biggest surprises. Not because the show's canceled now, because that wasn't announced until after the voting ended, so there was no impact with that announcement, but it got the same number as The Queen's Gambit, 18, which in one sense almost feels like The Queen's Gambit sort of underperformed a teeny bit. I would have expected close to 20, I mean, to over 20 for that. Maybe swapping, how WandaVision did.
Yeah,
Bit of a
yeah,
surprise.
definitely. I wasn't expecting WandaVision to outdo the Queen's Gambit in the limited series categories.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody was. And it was like those three writing nominations. That's insane. That's tremendous.
Yeah.
Undeserved, but it's a lot. Um, well, what else is really good? What else is really good that you really, really liked?
I did enjoy, we already kind of touched on it. I did really enjoy that Pen 15 got another writing nomination this year. I love Pen 15. We'll get to the disappointments in a minute, but I am still very excited that they were able to get that and break into series. Um, let's see. I was we will get to this, but I was excited that the Underground Railroad at least made it into limited series. Um,
Yeah, I've got my thoughts about that. Oh goodness.
yeah. that category, the acting categories of limited series probably made me the most angry.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think we can just go then right into it. Let's go into the things that we didn't like and that were just bad shocking and not fun, good shocking. Definitely my least favorite category is outstanding lead actor in a limited series.
Mm.
Um, I'm not happy with both Hamilton guys getting in. I'm definitely not happy with Ewan McGregor getting in over Joel Edgerton.
I knew you wouldn't be.
Mm, I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to fight somebody right now. It's no, it's I no, it's tragic. It's tragic. And I think everybody knew that the lead actress in a limited series was going to be probably the most cutthroat, even more than lead actress in a comedy series. But those were really the two that had the most contenders to lose.
Mm.
So the lineup for lead actress there with Michaela Cole, Cynthia Erivo, Elizabeth Olsen, Kate Winslet, Anya Taylor-Joy, not a surprise. It's not a surprise at all. The Genius limited series from National Geographic have done very well every year that they've been on. And so, although Erivo was probably fifth here, her inclusion is not a surprise. But you know, at replacing Kusu Beto is just not what I was hoping was going to happen.
Yeah, I'm very sorely disappointed in the acting nominations, not including, I mean, anyone from the Underground Railroad. I'm also disappointed about
Yeah.
Chase W. Dillon and William Jackson Harper not making it in, and
Yeah.
Tim.
It breaks my heart. It's interesting too because you know I said that the Genius series has done very well in the past. It didn't do well this time. It only got 3 nominations, one of them being Erivo, but it got like choreography and a sound, which is the worst that series has ever done. But it's still holding on to getting a lead nomination in.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike Fargo, which again, that's a show that's gotten like 16 to 20 nominations.
Yeah.
For the first 3 years. It got 3. Cinematography, music, sound editing. That's it.
Yeah, no major nominations for Fargo this year.
That's pretty devastatingly low. But yeah, I'm not gonna get over the snubs that Underground Railroad got. Barry Jenkins did get in directing, but missed out in writing, which is insane to me.
Yeah.
Because as we mentioned earlier, WandaVision got 3 of those spots.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
The Underground Railroad had submitted Chapter 10 for writing, hadn't they?
Yeah, just a single episode. So it was
make it.
Yeah. So I have to wonder between the underperformance of that and the almost complete snubbing of small acts if Amazon just did a really poor job this year with the Emmys, because I feel like they did. I feel like they didn't help themselves either when they allowed it to be not submitted but win with film critics at the end of last year. LA Film Critics went wild for it, and you know, Golden Globes, SAG, it was all over the place, and they were happy with it sort of getting as much as it could, but I think it ultimately hurt them in the end by having such a lack of focus. And for Underground, just the entire campaign for it was disastrous. There was nothing. The promotion for it was terrible. The support for it was terrible. It was just tragic.
Yeah. It just wasn't handled properly, and it wasn't handled as that limited series should have been.
Yeah.
I mean, I think when it was released all at once, we all kind of knew there was a weird thing going on with that. So it's almost not shocking to see how it underperformed, but it still is content of it.
Yeah, no, I get it. It makes sense. It tracks. But you know,
it makes me wonder how many Emmy voters have actually seen the show based on the nominations it got.
Yeah, for sure. I know people want to attach that it's difficult material as a reason for it not getting in there, but year to year, difficult material gets in all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like we just said, when they see us just a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just think it was underseen. And it's sad. It's too bad.
Yeah.
You were right about your John Lithgow prediction for Perry Mason.
I saw that. I was very excited about that.
Yes, that happened. And poor Justin Hartley, snubbed again.
Yeah,
my goodness.
Oh, he's never gonna make it, is he?
Not anymore. No. I think that's it. I think he's toast. Bo Burnham did pretty well.
He did.
He got 6 individual nominations. It's the most of any person this year. Not the all-time most, but the most of this year. Pretty good. And Black Lady Sketch Show got 5.
Nice. I like Black Lady Sketch Show.
That was good too. Yeah, see, I don't really want to focus on the bad. I just want to look at the good.
Yeah. You don't want to look at things like Emily in Paris getting nominated.
Oh my God. It was hilarious watching it, because I'm typing out the nominations as they're coming in to make the tweet. And I wanted to freeze time so that I could go into another tweet and just be like, Emily in fucking Paris? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
The only thing that got other than the comedy series nomination was production design. That's it. Even the Globes did better with it.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
That was probably the most shocking nomination to me when I was going through them all.
I think it might be the most shocking inclusion. Yes. Yeah. Especially when, we were kind of looking at, Mythic Quest to do better than it did, which it did very poorly.
Yeah. That was very disappointing.
Yeah. 2 nominations and one of them for Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Not really about the show itself exactly, but yeah. That was something. What else do we I May Destroy You came in with 9, which is pretty good, and it did get 2 directing nominations, both the ones that it submitted, which is good. So I feel it almost maxed out what it could have gotten. It didn't get a nomination for Maruche Opia, but I think it might have maxed out. I think 10 or 11 was as close as it was going to get because it's a contemporary, and you're not going to get the same huge number of cinematography and sound mixing and sound editing and production design and all of the kind of things that a period and a fantasy show is going to be able to gobble up.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think about Bridgerton and its 12 nominations? Is that sort of on the low side for it or higher than you might have thought?
I was expecting Bridgerton to do a little bit better. I was thinking that it was going to maybe get into lead actress drama for Phoebe Dynevor. Is that her name?
I don't know if it's Dynevor or Dynevor. I don't know.
That sounds better. I was kind of thinking they might go with that. I'm surprised. Did it make it into the writing and directing series?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought.
No.
I was having a problem finding links that had all of the award nominations on them.
There's a few. You can look at all of them, and then there's a page that has like, you know, every show that got more than, what do we got, like 12 nominations, and the breakdown of it. But yeah, it did not. Just the one acting, and then the voiceover performance nomination for Julie Andrews, which is totally fantastic. Oh no, it did get directing. Yeah, it did. As I'm like literally looking back at it right now.
For Diamond of the First Water?
Yes.
Okay.
That was all it had. Yeah, I'm looking at the breakdown of each now, and going back to Hacks, 3 editing nominations.
Yeah.
Wild. I mean, of all things, totally wild. What else?
I was kind of disappointed to see that Pen 15 didn't make it into directing for comedy series. I really thought that opening night was a very well-directed episode. I thought it had a chance of getting in. And I was very disappointed to see that it did not.
Yes, and equally disappointed that neither Maya Erskine or Anna Konkle was able to break through to the lead actress category, because they had to get Allison Janney in for one last time.
Yeah.
That's sad to me. That's sad.
For a category that she's probably not even going to win.
No, I don't imagine so, but that'll be for a whole nother time of predicting. But yeah, that would be unfortunate. Well, gosh, what else do we have? I want to look at some more of the history. Talked about MJ Rodriguez, Bo Burnham. Obviously, we were going to have a lot of, you know, first-time shows in, because again, we are in that weird pandemic place where some shows haven't even begun or finished a next season to have aired in time. Like Barry, what's going on with Barry? Is that ever coming back? It seems like it's been like 5 years now. It's too much. It's too much. Oh my gosh, Ethan Hawke.
Oh yeah, Ethan Hawke didn't make it for the Good Lord Bird.
Like nobody and nothing made it in for the Good Lord Bird. Like, why? What happened? I mean, in that category, neither did Bryan Cranston or Jeff Daniels. So Showtime just had a big donut there.
Yeah. Showtime kind of underperformed this year as well.
Yeah, it got in that last nomination for William H. Macy in lead actor in a comedy series, but boy, absolutely just whiffed it.
Which I am so glad I hung on to that prediction for William H. Macy.
I'm glad you did too, because it made so much sense. It was perfectly logical. I love that. How did we do with our other supporting predictions? Where are we there? We mentioned the Carl Clemens Hopkins for Hacks. That was a big surprise, and neither of us had him predicted. But everybody else was kind of in that mix. The Brett Goldstein, Brendan Hunt, Nick Mohammed, Paul Reiser, Kenan Thompson, Bowen Yang. And then supporting actress pretty much played out the same, except Aidy Bryant was like a maybe is she getting in, but she did. Cecily Strong, Kate McKinnon, Rosie Perez, Hannah Einbender, Juno Temple, Hannah Waddingham. Not any surprises there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the surprises came more in the lead and in the limited series categories, for better or for worse.
Which isn't too surprising, I guess. We knew going in that we had too many limited series, and we knew that Hamilton could be a big threat, possibly.
Yeah, and clearly it was. It definitely was. Well, what else is kind of striking your fancy today?
Well, I will have to say, just because I've mentioned it in pretty much every other podcast, that I am supremely disappointed that P-Valley sadly did not receive anything.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, I don't know what that show has to do. I just don't.
Me neither. But if Stars wants to let me know, I will be part of the campaign for season 2.
Because it didn't get anything, right?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah. Nope, it did not. Oh, that makes me so sad. It's such a good show. But, I mean, we do see every year really great shows just do not make it in front of voters' eyes, period.
Yeah.
They'll avoid it, or it just goes unseen.
It happens. It's disappointing, but it happens.
Yeah, it does. Well, I don't know. There's not much else that's like really exciting to talk about. It's I think that might be it. In Treatment did less than we thought that it was going to. Obviously, Uzo Aduba got in, but we didn't see Anthony Ramos or John Benjamin Hickey or Bill Kinnaman or anybody else able to make that cut.
Yeah, Anthony Ramos earned his nomination from Hamilton.
Yes, he did, with almost everybody else in the cast. I don't think Groff even made it in. Oh my God. Which is hard to begrudge because I think he's absolutely hilarious and he's fantastic in it. But it's a funny thing too. The Hamilton got 12 nominations, 7 of those were acting. So it doesn't feel like it was as much as it could have been, while at the same time, way more than people thought it was going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It kind of overperformed and underperformed at the same time.
Exactly. It's like, all right, if they were going to go that much in on it, then keep going. But got that directing nomination too. Not too surprising. But there is something really there's something off actually with the directing nominations. There's only 6 when there should be 7.
Oh, in drama?
Yeah, I mean, it is like an actual mistake, because based on their own, sliding scale of submissions, there should be 7 nominations. So I keep going back to seeing if it's been updated or corrected, but I haven't seen it yet. So if that happens, then obviously I will change that in the lineup. But it's weird. I'm gonna look at it again, actually, just in case. Let's see what we have. Directing for drama series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's still 6.
It hasn't been updated.
Yeah, I mean, presumably it's going to be like another episode of The Mandalorian if it is.
Yeah, probably.
I imagine, or The Handmaid's Tale, which is, kind of what we were predicting, that it would be like double up there or double up there, the way that The Crown did. Because that's where Bridgerton did get in to there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if there's any update. Yeah. Do you have any closing thoughts for these Emmy nominations this morning, Tyler?
I would just say that I still believe, even though she didn't receive a nomination, I will say that I think that Tuso and Beto gave the performance of the year and the Underground Road, and I don't think that takes away from it that she wasn't nominated today.
It doesn't. she's still going to have a fantastic career. I mean, awards nominations mean nothing and everything at the same time. You know, they can really elevate uh, a beginning career in a way that other things can't. But I think she's going to do just fine. But as you said, it doesn't take away from the fact that it was just the best performance of the year. So that's that. um, Tyler, thank you so much for hopping on this call to do this. And in the coming weeks, we will start unrolling and unveiling our winner predictions. And I'm sure some more interviews along the way between now and August when voting kicks off. And then the 73rd Emmy Awards are September 19th. And they have not decided what they're doing with the Creative Arts Emmys yet. It's going to be like last year, which I thought was pretty cool. A 5-night virtual thing. I thought that was kind of cool. But I'm guessing they will go back to a 2-night thing like they did previously, which was fine. The 5-night was fun. It gave people time. It gave everybody a little bit of time to have a speech and to get seen in a way that the 2-night didn't, because they have to cover 135 categories.
Yeah.
But all right, until then, Tyler, thanks so much again.
Thanks, Erik.
All right, thanks everybody. See you next time.